Guys, I just come to Graham Plumbing Merchants, my local boiler spare shop, and I met Dave here, and he's just going to talk about magna filters. Now, I personally think they're really, really important on all new boilers installed. So Dave's going to explain more to you guys.
How you doing, guys? So yeah, I work for Adey. I'm the BDM for the Midlands. So good to meet you all. Good to see you all. So filters on boilers, right? It's actually legislation now. So every boiler that's installed should have a filter. And generally what a filter does, and I'll just show you from this kind of demo filter here, is that's the filter which goes onto the return of your boiler. Okay, so within the system you have metal radiators, water which creates rust, magnetite which gets into your boiler. Okay, not only does that break your boiler down, so it's the biggest cause of breakdowns on boilers, because it gets into the system, and secondly it will impact your heating bills. Because if you've got that thick sludgy water running around your system, it's getting into all the components and breaking the boiler down, impacting your heating bill. So every single boiler install should have a filter, and even when you're repairing boilers and doing servicing, if it hasn't got a filter, let's whack a filter on, let's increase that boiler longevity, let's save money on the heating bills. If you pop over here, I'll show you exactly kind of what a filter does. So if you imagine that's a heating system, okay, this Grundfos pump here, that's your circulator within the boiler. Okay, this clear pipe here, if you want to come a bit closer, this clear pipe here is actually your copper pipe, but we've on this rig here we've made it clear just for visual purposes. There's your filter there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take the magnet out of the filter, and what you'll see is that the rust and the magnetite get around the pipe into that circulator. So I'll pop the filter out there. Look at that now. See all the dirt, magnetite getting around the system, so it's not collected in the filter now. So if you haven't got a filter on this system, that's what your system looks like. That will then get into the circulator on the boiler, or it may get into the heat exchanger by whatever component it may be. But the key bit is with this now, that will run through this pump. This pump's ERP has actually got magnets in there. Okay, so it works as a secondary filter as well. So if you want to repair one of these, it's about £300–400. But it gets in there, this pump will start ramping up now, working harder and harder. What that will end up doing is burning out, so you'll go to a pump and you'll feel it's quite hot. That's because the pump's burning out. At some point the pump will go down, but not only that, how's that impacting your heating bill? Now if you've got all that running around the system, running through that pump there, your heating bills are going more and more. We all know the price of gas. So guys, hopefully that's helped, but that is why you need a system filter.
Dave, thank you very much. That was amazing.
No worries, pal.
Thank you again.
Yeah, cheers.
Guys, we're just going to do a little display on our inhibitors as well, how useful and how important they are on your new system. So we're just going to have a little display from Dave here.
Good to go?
Yep, you go.
All right, again, guys. Right, we're going to have a little bit of a minute session on an inhibitor and why you need inhibitor in your central heating system. So first of all, it's legislation now. So every service that you have on the boiler, you should be checking for inhibitor. And the reason is, inhibitor kind of coats the radiators, protects them from rust and corrosion. Okay, if you haven't got it in the system, the likelihood is your radiators and water and everything's kind of rusting up, getting into your boiler, breaking the boiler down, but also costing you more on your heating bills. So guys, inhibitor is very important. Make sure your system's got it. The guys can check it to see if it's in the system. If it's not, costs you about £30 just to top up and increase that longevity of your boiler. Cheers.
Thank you, Dave.